How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. We also got to put in the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. And you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you're new to this channel, we do this 5 days out of the work week. Maybe you had a long, maybe you had a stressful day. Maybe it was the market conditions. Well, you came to watch this video, plus hear one of my corny jokes. So here it comes. Why are fish so smart? Because they live in schools, school of fish. So what we're going to be talking about today is OCGN. If you're new to this channel, we like to go over an agenda, and we also have timestamps down below in the description as well. So the first thing that we're going to be covering, we're going to be doing a Covaxin update. You want to see, hey, what is the recent news coming out of Bharat Biotech? What's actually coming out of India? Because like I said, OCGN is depending on Bharat Biotech in order to make sure we can get this deal done, especially when we get that EUA update. Then after that, we're going to be doing a technical analysis. We saw some price action today inside the markets. I've been seeing the questions. They're like, Dre, man, should I be selling? Or like, you know what, have you seen the price? So I'm like, you know what, if you have a better idea of price action, look at those possible areas of support where it could pull back. Then you should be able to have a game plan and be able to come up with the appropriate plan that is right for you. And then after that, we're going to be taking a look at the institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information. We want to know, what's the overall market sentiment? Are institutions actually buying in? I feel this is key to know, especially if you are invested in OCGN. So I won't take up any more of your time. Let's get started in those videos. So let's go over the recent news in regards to Covaxin. Covaxin shortage hits Delhi's 18 to 44 inoculation drive. Government to float global tender for vaccines. So as we scroll down further, the Delhi government will float a global tender for procuring coronavirus vaccines. Deputy Chief Minister Manas Sisodia said on Tuesday as the city government grapples with a shortage of doses. He alleged that the BJP-ruled center was forcing state governments to invite global tenders for vaccine procurement. The central government wants the states to compete and fight with each other in the international market for vaccines, Sisodia alleged. Sisodia also demanded the center to launch a nationwide COVID vaccination drive on the line of Pulse Polio campaign. AAP's Atisha said 125 vaccination centers across the national capital meant for 18 to 44 age group will be shut tomorrow as they have run out of Covaxin supplies. Earlier in the day, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal also wrote to Prime Minister Narendra Modi over vaccine shortage, saying that the center should share the vaccine formula of the two manufacturers with other capable pharmaceutical companies to scale up production in the country. So the article does continue, but the reason why I wanted to bring it to your attention, India is definitely being hit hard by the pandemic. And many are saying, hey, why doesn't Bharat Biotech produce even more? They did say that they're going to be committing to ramping up production and so forth, but this also makes me wonder, in regards to OCGN, we know they have an agreement. Is this going to delay things, especially if we get the emergency use authorization? Will Bharat Biotech be able to meet the demand? Will they be able to meet the orders that OCGN is going to want? How much are they going to give? What are the states and as well as India, when we take a look at authorities and as well as the nation overall and the perception, how are they going to feel about Covaxin being shipped out at mass amounts while a pandemic is going on within their own country? These are things I think we need to think about and we should not be ignoring, and it's part of the reasons why I wanted to share it and bring it to your attention. Let's get into the other segments of the video. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for OCGN. So it ended up closing today at $8.62, being down 12.98% on the day. On the low, it tested $8.52, and then on the high, testing $10.63. So right away, when we take a look at the chart, we've been talking about how key it was for it to hold this $9 area of support, and it ended up actually falling going right through it, settling down on that low where it tested 850. So taking a look at this 850 area, I want to see this is going to continue being an area of support for OCGN. If not, we have to see if $8 decides to hold up. We see it was an area of support in the past, so it'll be very interesting to see how it holds up going into tomorrow and as well as Friday. If this particular area does end up breaking at $8, then the next level of support that we can take a look at is right here around this 720. If this 720 ends up failing, because like I said, this is not a stronger area of support either, then definitely where we do have some strong areas of support is right here around $6.62. So that is one thing I want you guys to be aware of. As far as how the chart is looking overall in general, it's looking fairly bearish. It's below the 100-day, below our 21-day EMA, and it also fell right through the 200-day as well. Even if we take a look at the RSI down here, down below, it is around 35. So it is definitely oversold. So if you believe in the long-term prospects of OCGN, hey, this could be something worth looking at. We know they did the direct offering right here around $10, and of course from what it's looking like, hey, we know a lot of institutions bought in there, so you might be able to find some value in a position that is below that. But for, like I was telling you guys, if we don't get any news or whatsoever, or no updates whatsoever, then we could see downward movements in price action, and that's what we saw today when you compound that on top, as well as the market conditions. But what was really good to see was to see that pop where it got to $10.63. So we saw that happen, and of course that was in the early trading sessions before it started selling off like many other stocks. So I will continue to keep you guys updated, but from what it's looking like, it's definitely looking bearish. Still some more room for it to go down, and in order for it to look bullish again, it's going to have to reclaim at least a 21-day EMA right here around $9.51. So now on Fintel.io, we're going to take a look at the institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information for OCGN. So as we scroll down on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. And from what we can see thus far, there haven't been any updates since May the 10th. And the very last update that was happening on May the 10th, we had Blackstone Alternative Investment Funds pretty much selling off 36,800 shares. When we take a look at the short interest information for OCGN, we have it here at the short volume ratio of 32% as of May the 11th. So there's definitely some short squeeze potential, and it also does signal some negative market sentiment. When we take a look at the short shares availability, it stands at 850,000. And when we take a look at the short ball free rate, it stands at 4.74%. Now, as far as the history for the short volume ratio, it has definitely been above 30% since the 10th. We also ended up seeing this on May the 5th as well, and also taking into consideration the 29th and as well as the 28th. But on average, since the 28th to the 11th, it has definitely been floating above that 21% level. So it's definitely one of these stocks you got to keep an eye on. If we end up getting a catalyst and so forth, it does trigger that short squeeze that we're looking for, and it has to be a damn good one, which would be the submission of that EUA. So that's what I wanted to kind of update you guys on. So for my final thoughts for OCGN, part of the reasons why we ended up having a strong sell-off today, we got to take into consideration the conditions inside the market. OCGN wasn't the only stock that was actually struggling today. Also, we need to add on to the fact, hey, analysts have cut down their price targets, and many people actually base their decisions off of that, so they end up actually not having as much confidence, so they also sell out their positions. Also, we're still waiting on some more news, and we're still waiting on some updates in regards to OCGN, some progress and so forth. The longer we go without hearing anything like that, then we can notice some pressure coming down on the stock. One thing you're going to see pop up on the screen is the order flow distribution. I did notice as far as large scale orders, there's been a lot of loading up. There's been a lot of buying overall. So as far as the dip that we saw today, many took advantage of it, and I feel like that is something you need to pay attention to and also keep on your radar. And in regards to the Covaxin update that we read about in the beginning of this video, one thing I also want you guys to understand, what's going down in India is definitely going to have an impact on OCGN and as well as Bharat Biotech. So that's part of the reasons why I share this info with you. You need to know what's going on both sides of the spectrum. But for now, we just have to continue to wait, see if we get any more news and updates and so forth. But again, make sure that you guys are protecting your profits. Do not get greedy, and make sure that you have a game plan. You have an exit strategy. Hope you guys found this video helpful, and we'll be talking real soon.